Hello guys, and welcome back to the channel. So guys, the results are finally in. The Supreme Court of Nigeria has finally come out with the reasons why they have handed over the Nigerian state to Malam Buhari, and the reasons that they have come out with all read like a comedy sketch, like a comedy skit. It all reads like comedy. So with that guys, I bring you this. Supreme Court says Buhari's refusal to submit credentials to INEC was right. So that is the headline. Supreme Court says Buhari's refusal to submit credentials to INEC was right. So now let's see now what is being said here. As promised, the Supreme Court on Friday, November the 15th, finally told Nigerians why it threw out the appeal filed by Atiku Abubakar, presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party (PDP), against Muhammadu Buhari in the 2019 election. According to the Supreme Court, Atiku and the PDP could not prove their claim that the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) had a server and engaged in electronic transmission of results of the election. The court further said the duo was not right to have relied on a website whose owners are not known for the results of the election. Justice Inyang Okoro said, "I agree entirely with the court below that the appellant failed to prove that INEC has the server from which they got their figures. As a result, all results, calculations, and analysis based on the results claimed are of no moment." So it doesn't really matter. It didn't really happen. It is not a moment in time that this thing is a thing. It's effectively what is being said there. The Apex Court also declared that President Buhari was right over his non-submission of his credentials to INEC during the electioneering. So now this is now where the Ojoro, this is where the magic trick really happened. So in that sentence now is where the magic trick really happened, and this is now the sale of Nigeria. So I shall read that to you again. The Apex Court also declared that President Buhari was right over his non-submission of his credentials to INEC during the electioneering. So now this is where all of the magic begins. So now from this point onwards is where the magic takes place. So pay particular attention from here on in. So this is now where the magic is going to take place. So we carry on. It declared that there is no law that mandates candidates to submit their academic certificates to the electoral umpire as qualification for elections. It added that the Constitution only stipulates secondary school education as qualification, but did not state that a candidate must possess the secondary school certificate. So now listen to that bit. So now this is now really where the magic is now coming to full-fledged. So I'll read that bit to you again. It added that the Constitution only stipulates secondary school certificate as qualification. So it states there that the Constitution does state, stipulate rather, secondary school certificates as qualification. So the Constitution says that the Constitution says that secondary school certificate is a stipulation for the Nigerian president, is a minimum bar, but it did not state that the candidate must possess the secondary school certificate. So it stipulates that they must have it, but it did not say they must possess it. But I don't really know, because well, this is the magic, of course, that is law. So this is now where they lost everything. This is where they dabarooed everything for you. So in that sentence that is the dabaroo sentence in effect. So let me just read it to you again for the third time, because it is well worth noting what this sentence says and how it's been interpreted. So it added that the Constitution only stipulates secondary school as a qualification. So the Constitution does stipulate. So we are now in the realms of semantics now. We are now in the realms of English language now. So the Constitution stipulates, but did not state that the candidate must be in possession of the certificate. So now what they are now saying in effect is that it does not require you to present a certificate as proof of a secondary school education, but it stipulates a secondary school education. So if you are known to have had a secondary school education, then you are not required then to provide certification of that, is effectively the reading of this. So in effect, if you went to university with a bunch of colleagues, then you are not then required to present your degree at a place of employment, because you are known to have attended that university and known to have studied that particular course. Is effectively what's being said here. It's the height of nonsensities, of course, because there's absolutely no thing in this thing that they've just said. There's no rationale, there's no reasoning or logic, and it doesn't follow through that something is stipulated but you are not required to present proof of it. So if there's a stipulation, if you're applying for a job and there's a criteria stipulated to qualify you for that job, but you then turn up and say that okay, you met this criteria, but you are not presenting proof because you did not state in the advert that proof should be presented of these things that you have stated as a requirement for the post that you are requesting somebody to come and fill. Is the height of nonsensities, of course, and there's absolutely no meaning to what's being said in that particular sentence, that the Constitution stipulates, but it is not required for you to provide proof of a constitutional stipulation. So you can see now why the article team is completely absent from this reading, because this is not a legal event and this is not a law thing. This is a party meeting of the APC. So the article legal team need not be there, because this is just the heights of nonsense what we are seeing playing out now, for the Constitution to stipulate and the courts to say it's not required. I mean, what is now going on is a free-for-all effectively now, what we are seeing playing out, because really this is just befuddling. But then let's just carry on and just round off what exactly they said. With this, the Supreme Court said even without a secondary school certificate, one can seek election. The court said it ruled in favor of Buhari because the latter did not only show he attended secondary school, he also was a military officer who rose to the ranks of becoming a major general, attending trainings and was a former head of state. The court said another, and by the way, let me just pause there for a moment. So you see, all of these listings that they have listed is not really a thing, because you can say these things are substitutes at the higher grading and a higher training than a secondary school certificate, and you can say that the letter of the law and the spirit of the law, and if you are going by the spirit of the law argument, then you can then say that military training to the point of being becoming a major general is sufficient enough to ally at least and have parity with the secondary school education. But really that's not what the Constitution stipulated. The Constitution stipulated a minimum of a secondary school certificate, and this guy was not able to present this. This is what's happened. So again, he also was a military officer who rose in ranks to becoming a major general, attending training, and was a former head of state. The court said another consideration was that Buhari could communicate in English. Now, they also gave consideration to the fact that Buhari could communicate in English. Now, I am not quite sure where that is taking place, but I have never heard Buhari communicates in English. He communicates in whatever it is that he communicates in, but I do not think anybody is of any understanding that that is English. And I'm not even talking about his accent, you know, because everybody has an accent, but that guy does not communicate in English. I don't know what he communicates in, but it's certainly not English. Absolutely not. So we carry on. And has in possession a primary school leaving certificate satisfactory to INEC. So he has in possession a primary school leaving certificate satisfactory to INEC. So now the INEC does not, of course, require a primary school leaving certificate. The INEC requires a secondary school leaving certificate. So if he was able to present a primary school leaving certificate, if he's in possession of that, why is he then not in possession of a secondary school leaving certificate? Because he would have left primary school, of course, before he leaves secondary school. So if he's able to have possession of that, if he's able to have that certificate to present, then why is he then not able to have a certificate that he laterally got? You know, so this is, there's no rhyme or reason to this thing that these people are saying, of course, and we all know that is absolute nonsense. So effectively, they have gifted Malam Buhari the Nigerian state. Do your worst is effectively what is being said there. We have gifted Malam Buhari the Nigerian state. Do your worst. And what is the worst that you can do? You go on the street, you make a lot of noise, they pick you up and put you in detention or gun you down or whatever. So it is done, fait accompli. The Nigerian state has been captured, and this is the fate that will befall that country for the next 4 years. Conversations in the comment section. This is just a comedy skit, as I said. At least that is my reading of it. But what is your reading? Come tell me all about it in the comment section. But before you do this, click on the red subscribe button so it turns gray. Bell button notifies you every time I drop a new video. Then come tell me what you see as this thing that they are trying to pass off as justice within the Nigerian space. And do these people have the understanding or the memory that the Nigerian state continues beyond Malam Buhari? Because we have seen this before, when we had Abacha and all of these people were weighing in his favor as though there was not life after Abacha, but then Abacha came and went and the Nigerian state carried on. And Buhari will also come and go and the Nigerian state will carry on. But then what, of course, will be the pages that these people will occupy in the history of that country post Buhari is really where the question is. Because when they are at the heart of it, usually, and this is what always happens in Nigeria, when these people are in power, they have all this God complex as though they will be there for eternity and nothing will ever change. Babangida thought so. Where is Babangida now? His name is mud within the Nigerian state. Even though you say he's a wealthy man and is enjoying the largest of life, he is not enjoying good health and he doesn't have a good name. So now he has all the money, but he doesn't enjoy good health and he doesn't have a good name. Where is the Abacha name now? The Mariam Abacha is still trying to launder that name till today. They will tell you that they are richer than Dangote, but they do not have the name that Dangote has. You know, so they are also trying to rescue that name now, and I don't think that name can be bought back. Maybe after several generations, you think that you say, oh, the money is the panacea to everything, and perhaps you are right, but then that name is mud at the moment. And where are all the people that were following Abacha and all this D and Co? Their name is mud too. All these people now that are gifting the Nigerian state to Buhari, they will also be under that God complex mindset because they are at the heart of it at the moment, and they think that they're sitting at the top of the food chain and they have all this God complex. But as everything else, as Babangida did, as Abacha did, as Obasanjo did, as everybody did, this Buhari regime will come and go. And once this Buhari regime goes, the antecedents, the things that these people left behind, will still be revisited and probably corrected, and their names then, of course, will go into the section of the Nigerian history books where it belongs, alongside the Abachas and the Babangidas and all of these elements that we know to be of a certain type. Anyway, let me not start to ramble on, because I do tend to ramble sometimes, especially when my mind gets locked into these really rather painful things that goes on within the Nigerian space. It just starts to wind me up and I just tend to go on and on. So let me leave it there and carry on this conversation with you in the comment section. So here I say peace.